This is the Harlow family group from 1954 to 1955, made by Henry Moore.
He's got a fist there to show his clutch.
He might be holding onto the blanket, do you think, right? Because if you look, the blanket kind of
But as you can see,
curves up
it
here.
goes under. But as you can see, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like about the sculpture that it's got really realistic. It's captured male and female posture. At the back you can even see the hip difference.
In my belief, I think it symbolises like community in Harlow, maybe.
In the 1950s, the role of the woman in the house was to cook for the child and to literally just be there. But like the man is like meant to be the man of the house and sort of just provide the money for the woman and the child. We've got women's rights now, where they're not just stereotyped to be the person who looks after the child.
I've had a really good look at this sculpture and now I am really curious to find out why he actually chose to do a family.
My name is Kate Harding and I'm the Artistic Director of Harlow Art Trust. Henry Moore chose a family for a few different reasons, we think. First of all, it was a theme that he was interested in from his early career really onwards. He'd already made a sculpture for Stevenage in bronze on the same theme. Equally, Harlow itself was a hub for new families, so he may have been thinking about the demographic of the town when he was thinking of a theme. And lastly, Moore had just become a father himself, and sometimes people suggest that that had something to do with it too.
Why is Harlow a sculpture town?
In 1953, the Harlow Art Trust was formed. It was first set up by Sir Frederick Gibbard, who was the master planner and architect of the town, and public art was extremely important to his vision for Harlow. And we now have a collection of over 80 sculptures, including some of sort of the world's biggest names in modern sculpture.
Why is the Henry Moore statue brought inside while all the other statues are left outside?
It was brought inside for two different reasons. So first of all, it's carved in Hadeen stone, which is quite vulnerable to weather, to wind, to rain. And you can probably see behind me some of the effects of that. And the second reason was that it was vandalised on two different occasions, quite severely. Well, people took the baby's head off.
When I was younger, I actually noticed this piece of art and climbed on it in here, and that kind of got my mum into trouble.
I think the family group is still one of our most significant sculptures. Firstly, because of the way that it ties in with the history of the town, but secondly, Henry Moore is an internationally renowned artist.
I've learned how hard it must have been and how much skill is required to make a piece like this. After seeing in the workshop the chiseling processes, I just can't imagine how he'd have to chisel out the holes in between the arms and get that block out without damaging his intentional structure.
I don't think it's a piece of modern art, because I think modern art nowadays is mostly made out of steel or something shiny, and it looks a lot more refurbished.
I think the symbolism of family will always be modern. In the future it'll be modern. When the future's modern, then it'll be modern. And well, the idea of family will always be modern. I feel like broad ideas like this can't be like in the past.